Morning folks, Wednesday walk. I'm in the woods. It's really sunny, it's lovely. Actually the snow's gone, all gone, and it's Craig, I think it's 5 degrees, but it feels like 1 apparently according to the Met Office. So I thought I'd brave it and come out without a hat. And I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely got lockdown hair, so it might be time to get my scissors out and cut into the bits that keep blowing across my face rather than wearing a hat, which would be the sensible thing to do really, wouldn't it? Stick a hat on or a hairband or put some slides in. I'm in the woods. I thought I'd come out, Spud, leave that, out with the boys in the woods because it's so beautiful, and hopefully you'll be able to see how the woods are hopefully starting to transform and come back to life after a hard winter. So I'm going to flip you around. I'm just going to keep an eye on the dog. There it is. So in the woods, Spud's having a little run around. Danny's having a good old sniff. It's lovely. As I say, it's quite windy. You probably can't see it here. Let me slow down a bit because if I go too quick, I'll make you feel sick. So I'm not long in the woods. There's a little loch over there, which is now completely thawed out and full of ducks and seagulls, which is great. So, we've got a dog here, got a loose dog. Dog's with me, Dante with me. So I'm just going to let that. So Dante's come back, Spud's come back, Dill the dog, hello sweetheart. So whenever I see a dog on the loose, he's just running through the woods over there, I always call the dogs back to me. You know, and if I didn't have a poo bag in one hand and your phone in the other, I would have probably put them on lead, but the dog didn't come too close. So I do it for a couple of reasons. I do it out of politeness because I don't know if the other person you know is waiting for my lead to see what he should be doing with his dog. And then I also do it from a safety element because I don't know what the other dog's like. Dog's this way, so I don't know what the other dog's like. And the last thing I want is for my dogs to be attacked. And so I always bring them back, and that way I can protect my dogs, especially if I've got a full poo bag, which I have at the minute. It's a really good way of protecting your dog, you know, just throw the poo bag in the general direction of the other dog and the other dog will back off. And so I do it for that reason as well, but also it's just good manners, isn't it? To get your dog out of the way of somebody else's dog. So that's what I tend to do. Oh, yep, that's a collie bark. So I'm assuming the collie that came over has just found something and is standing there barking at it. And that's okay. So going down a different part of the woods today. Hopefully I'll be able to get to the bottom before it gets too buggy, and if it gets too buggy I'm going to turn around and go back where I came. So morning Fiona, I'm really good, thank you. Just out late today because I was marking homework and I thought I need to get my homework marked today, so I did that before I come out for my dog walk. And it means when I go home I can have my breakfast and start something fresh rather than breaking up tasks. I hope you're well. It's still looking quite bleak in here really, isn't it? We do have some signs of new life, which is lovely, which is really lovely, but it is still a bit bleak. But we have, if I point you up, we have got a bit of a blue sky coming through, which I don't know if any of you have seen. I can't remember what it's called now. It's not Headstrong because that's Brian Costello's company. It might be Headspace, you know, the app, the meditation app. And I used to use it years ago and it's really good. There's this one thing in there which I found really beneficial on the days when you get up and it all feels a little bit too much, or you're thinking, oh God, another day, do I have to go through this? And especially after I moved to Scotland, when it was a bit gloomy and I wasn't used to it. I was used to living down south with blue skies and warmth. And there's a little thing in there that it says, you know, just because you can't see the blue sky doesn't mean it's not there. It's there. It's just hidden by clouds. And I thought it was such a good analogy for like your moods, you know, just because you're feeling down doesn't mean it's going to last forever. You'll feel good again soon. And so I found it really helpful when I moved to Scotland. And I've not really been a winter sun person, but for the first time in my life, I understood why people went off on holiday in the winter to warmer climes. Because I just wasn't used to not having blue skies. So I'm in. Morning, Zeb. I'm not in the copse today. I'm round the back of the little loch at the end of the field, at the end of my street. And so I've come down. I've managed to find my way back to the other little loch at the back end, which it took me ages to find, and I've managed to find it again, which I'm really pleased with myself. So this is the other loch, and I brought everybody down here a little while ago, and I found the swing, which is similar to the ones that me and my friends used to play on when we were younger. Is it still here? We used to do it over Fat Man Squeeze. It was called Fat Man Squeeze, which was very un-PC, but that's what it was called. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. I wonder if it's broke. So where I used to ride when I was younger, there was a swing hanging off there, and this is like a little version of it. Dante, come on. Good boy. Where I used to ride when I was younger, there was this big, it was like a big dell, and it was a big dip, and we had a rope swing with a piece of stick, like a bit of a twig through it. And, hang on a sec, let's see, what colour is the water of the loch? I think it's kind of, let's see if I can zoom in for you, Zeb. No, it's not green or anything, it's kind of a brownish tinge, but the water is just defrosted. It was frozen up until today's the first time I've seen it not frozen. I'll have a look at the proper loch that I walk around. Come on, dogs, this way. I'll have a look at the proper loch when I walk around, and that, as I say, that was frozen right up until yesterday. So it'll probably be a funny colour off the water defrosting maybe. But it's really interesting. It's full of ducks. When we went past it, I don't switch the camera on until I've been out for a little while and the dogs have had their toilet, because it's really difficult trying to pick poo up when you've got a camera in your hand. So I always wait until the dogs have been before I switch on. So I'll have been out about 15 minutes or so. So when I saw the loch, it was full of little ducks, which is awesome. So this swing, you might have heard this story from me before, because, you know, getting a bit silver now, repeating myself. We all piled on it. It was probably a 30-foot drop into the dell. And we all piled on it, and one day it broke. We all went tumbling down. There was about 10 of us on this swing. And what would happen is one person would sit on the branch that went through the rope, and everybody else would just pile on. So you'd sit like facing each other, piled up, and then, oh, this is going to be a bit interesting, isn't it? This is a bit clarty. Let's go this way. And then what would happen is the guys would just jump on and hang from the rope. And there was this day where we all went crashing down, and there was stinging nettles, and we all ended up, you know, covered in stinging nettles and hunting out dock leaves and stuff. Good boys. There we go. So we're almost back at the loch. And then what I'll do is I'll show you the loch, and then I'll switch the camera off and finish my dog walk. Isn't that lovely? I love it when the kids are making dens. I think it's so cool. When I lived, I'm sniffing away. When I lived down in Marlborough, we were near the Savernake forest, and it was wonderful. I realised how much I loved living near woods. I didn't realise it before then. But driving through the Savernake every day to go home was just wonderful, and seeing the little dens that the kids used to make always makes me think of Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore's house, because that was like a den made out of little sticks. Go on, Spud. So the dogs are just mooching around. Dante's on a trail, or he was on a trail. Spud's having a good sniff there. My little poser dog, as soon as you point a camera at him, he poses. He's so funny. But he's on a trail as well. And there are no constructions in those now. Yeah, it's wonderful, isn't it? So I think these are great. I think, you know, we've got all of this awful stuff going on around us at the minute, and the kids are still out in the woods and making dens and doing all the things that kids do, which is just awesome. So there is the loch with all the ducks on it. You'll probably get blinded when I turn because the sun's really bright on it. The dogs are over there, they know where we're going. So there we go, we've just got a seagull coming into land. Let's move a bit closer. Let's swap hands. So I don't know if you can see that for the sun or not, but it is wonderful. All defrosted. Oh, actually there's a bit of ice in that corner there. I thought it was all gone, but you can see where the breeze is causing ripples. So I'm going to end on the picture of the loch, zooming in on the loch, and I hope, I dropped my poo bag, dogs, no, there we go. I hope you have a really lovely day, whatever it is you're doing, and I hope you find some joy in it, and that you stay safe and you stay well. And if you're in the pet and dog group, I'll see you on Friday for Friday Live. I'm doing a talk this evening for the Clumber Health Group, Clumber Spaniel Health Group tonight at 7 o'clock on retrieving, on the retrieve. So I might see you on that, that's on Zoom. And if not, I shall see you next Wednesday for another walk. Take it steady, have fun, stay well. Bye bye.